introducing the undisputed heavyweight British heavyweight champion. Anthony Joshua!
This is why I'm standing up and screaming to the world. Come on, go, I'm standing up to this for me. That's a fucking miracle. I'm getting spiritual. I'm so residual. Come back in media. This shit is an idiot. I'm still on stage, but you ain't dealing with no idiots. This is over getting out of time. I realize they are the same as you and I. Lord, this instruction has a foolish head. Never make the value of these things. Discussion as a boss. Don't let it go to your ego. If everything 100, they will bring you back to zero. So when you feel repeated, you feel like there's no losses in this life. It's either learning or you're winning, and I'm ready. Or they can see it, I can taste it. For anybody that misplaced it, I do it so many people that they didn't replace it. I'd rather be successful, what's the point in me? It's leave the scars on all the pieces flying away when you it's what? With the flexibility to follow anything they wish. Cause they just serve the just cold, I had to change the dish. When the way you see it's good, because they're poison in the food. Putting chemicals in water, boy, they got me all confused. So it's giving them and Dr. Hey! What's the difference? Put a side to side with me and you. It's only action and it's less. When it's serious in the place. Every bit of pain I took was bringing up some more. I ain't trying to match your day, I strike and then I score. I'm out to keep my focus. Driving us around, I went provoked and I'm ferocious. Grew up so cool, my friends, I had a sports car. Thought it was Ferrari, it turned out to be a the social means is blinding. Nice over city, but we need to be reminded. Follow with this crystal minds of searching. You can share it and you find the ones of lying. Oh, you really want to keep it? Say you're not a secret. So just believe I'm evil, be my slogan, now it's me. You saw me when I joked it, so when I achieved it. You see a lot for someone that was saying it. I took a lot for someone that was elegant and chances. For everyone to mix it with them. With the sense in his life, or even 24. You feel it, or nigga, that's before. Do that for you with law, and swagging you with law. You feel the lots of battles, I ain't seen you win a war. You do it for awards, and it's not nothing to my flop. You're wearing white, about 6'7". I'm 5'10", but I'm living in heaven. LC baby, I ain't talking about Devon. Casino shit, gamble like 7-Eleven. One more subject please before my brain freeze. And tell me about something like my main squeeze. The women. Oh shit. Okay. Women shouldn't do the dishes. I can't say much. There's my fucking missus. It's all cool, cause I ain't going out like a motherfucking fool. But there we go. Hey AJ, back it up. And right now, put it off CC. Wrap it up. Done.
Holding the IBF, the WBA, the IBO titles, ladies and gentlemen, homegrown, the undisputed, Mr. Anthony Joshua!
He's going for Michael Buffett, Joe. Michael Buffett, better watch out. Thank you for your time this evening. Thank you as well for the lovely introduction. Thanks for everyone who took time to take pictures, and I'm glad I got to meet everyone. Leicester seems to be buzzing. It seems to be buzzing. Thank you.
AJ and his boys seem to be night owls. They seem to come alive as the night rolls on. So this tour's been a long tour. It's nowhere near over. Sick of talking about this by the time this tour's over. We've got to go through it, because this is what's got everybody giddy. Of course, Wembley Stadium, 90,000 people. A record-breaking crowd at Wembley Stadium for boxing, putting it on the front and the back pages of all the national newspapers. What a fight, what an atmosphere. Have you come down to earth yet?
Yeah, of course. It's been 3 weeks or so. But you know how it is, right? When you're involved in it, you can't enjoy it. Last time I went to a fight was when I watched Tony Bellew and David Hay, and I was, yeah, that was a quality night for me. I was screaming, shouting. I think people sitting next to me thought I was a bit crazy because they think I'm a bit quiet, but I go mad. So from an entertainment point of view, I didn't get to enjoy it the way you guys did. But so it's been easy for me to kind of come back down to earth, come back down to ground level and just crack on with normal living.
What seems to have thrown everybody, I don't mean a few, I mean everybody, apart from that close circle that you've got around you, was a confidence before this fight, with you going up against somebody of Vladimir Klitschko's stature, what he'd achieved. Where did it come from? Where did the confidence born from?
You know, you got to respect Klitschko. You have to respect most fighters. But you know what it is? Okay, when I first started boxing, there's been about 50 documentaries on me anyway, so I don't know how deep to go into it. But every time I fought, they threw me in championships. And boxing was never about a career or I want to be an elite fighter or go anywhere with it. So it was always just crack on, be confident and have fun. And that same method and lifestyle and mindset still stands today, really. So when I was fighting Klitschko, I've been pro now 3.5 years. Now I had about 44 rounds of professional boxing. So it's like, I ain't got nothing to lose. Go in there, have fun and be confident. Don't put that pressure on myself because I think that could make a lot of people crumble. So chest up, walk with a smile on my face, and all you can do is your best.
Let's figure the stats out for this. So when you got in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko, he knocked out more opponents than you booked rounds.
Yeah, and then when he hit me with that jab, I thought, fucking hell, am I going to be added to that list? He's a strong guy, you know.
All right.
Definitely a strong guy.
Let's get to Wembley. We'll talk Wembley then. You're in the dressing room, you can hear the crowd going crazy outside. You know, I usually find fighters that really stand out. They're the coolest person in the dressing room. What was it like in the dressing room? Was it business as usual, or did you find a different feel in the air?
It was weird, you know, like Vitaly, when I'm getting my hands wrapped up, Klitschko's brother come into the changing room, and I could tell he was trying to play mind games, be that dominant force. But besides that, I just knew that my coach and like my support team, I wouldn't say nervous, but they knew the stakes. When they balanced out what was at stake, they knew it was serious business. So, as I said, I always have that mindset. I'm with my cousins and my boys that have been around for years. We just crack jokes, have fun. It is what it is, do your best, same old story. But for the coaches and that, this is life or death. And I can see it beating on their chest. But I'm not trying to feed into that type of energy, so I'm seeing it, but I'm diverting it, if you know where I'm coming from, and just taking it in my stride. And that's the best thing I could have done.
Okay, you're walking out into the arena, people that watched it at home, they saw you come out. It was like a movie set. Was you sucking into that, or could you stay totally focused as you're walking into the ring yourself?
Yeah, I can. Sometimes I'm a clown and I want to start breaking out dancing on the way to the ring. But I've got to stay, I'm an idiot like that. Sometimes I can be in that type of mood, and it was one of those times because the type of event, it can take over you as a person. So stay in the moment. So the Ringwalk, it's weird because I fought around the UK, but I made like O2 in London my home, and like the guys I work with know that the Ringwalk is tiny, and like I get punched in my head. I have a fight, get into the ring, and then another fight when I'm in the ring, so it's quite crazy. But at Wembley, it was so spacious. I thought I was going to walk out and it was going to be that same type of, and that's nuts. But it was spacious, I felt free. it was too spacious. I like that type of impact, so it's like the atmosphere is created as soon as you leave the change room. But in Wembley it was so big, I just felt free and relaxed, so I didn't feel that type of pressure I'd right there too.
Set by Rob McCracken for this fight.
He knew that they would underestimate me because of my inexperience, and Rob knows that for all of my weaknesses I make up in my determination. Do you know what I mean? So he knew that from all where they underestimated me with my experience and all that type of stuff, and yeah, they knew that. They just knew. They just, Rob, you know what it is? I can't tell you a game plan because it is basically like train your jab. You've got to be first with the jab, take your jab away, you've got to feint to the ball. There's none of this like, this is your set target to beat someone, is find a way to do it. I'm going to train you. So it's like if you're in the army, I'm going to train you how to shoot a sniper, a rifle, a Glock, an AK-47, and in war, you pick up any machine you need to win. And that's basically what Rob does. He teaches me the basics of boxing, and then I've got to kind of find a way in 3 minutes to win, and then in that 1 minute, he will advise me when I'm sitting on the stool and tell me what he's like a third eye, and then he will advise me. And I think, off subject, honestly speaking, I know that I'm sitting here now, but what would be interesting is if I had Rob, Tony, and all the corner men, because they do a fantastic job. Your coaches, amateur coaches, professional, they're the guys that are kind of feeding us that information. So credit to these guys, massive respect to the coaches in the corner.
To me, I think the respect to the coaches is paramount if you want longevity in this game. I don't get a lot of fighters that chop and change trainers every time something's not right or something goes wrong, because they might have that faith and belief in your corner. You seem to have a lot of respect for Tony and Rob McCracken.
Yeah, they're like, do you know what it is sometimes? It's weird because I'm in there, when I'm in Sheffield and I'm training and I'm like, training, I can't be bothered with this no more, I'm tired. Walk into the gym, vexed, like, I'm ready to beat someone up before I get in the gym. Like, I know as I said, sometimes I'm kind of crazy. Everyone's got a bit of that crazy streak in them. And sometimes boxing gets the better of me, but then that respect I have for my coach, I get in the gym, he's like, Josh, how you feeling? You ready? And I'm like, yeah, I feel great. I'm ready. It's just that respect. So Rob, Tony are like my masters. I can't let them down. And I think throughout boxing, it's tough, but the loyalty that they put into me and time, I repay them with winning and training. That's the only way I can repay them. So I have a lot of respect and admiration for the amount of time that they put into that.
Of the fight, when you put Klitschko down, did you think it was over then? Did you think that was done?
You know what's weird is that they put the camera, when I watched it back, they put the camera on my legs and Klitschko on the floor. And if you saw my face when he went down, I was screaming like a madman. Even Neil was like, probably this is the ring here, and Neil sits, he's got probably one of the best sticks in the house. And he said, he looked at me like, fucking hell, this guy's going crazy. I went mad because, so as I said, the bell goes first round. The ring was tiny. It was a little bit wider than this ring and a little bit longer. It wasn't massive. You couldn't dance around.
So it was a fight?
It was a fight. When I got in that ring, I said, yeah. Me and this guy are going to go to war. The ring, well, when I mean about the ring, when it's small, you don't have room to maneuver. You can't take 30 seconds off and dance around the ring, because the minute you step back is the minute you're back on the ropes. So it was like, I stepped in, Klitschko's in front of me, boom, round one goes. I thought, yeah, he's a strong guy. I've got to be cautious because we both have one punch knockout ability. We both can hit each other and hurt each other. So, and I was finding it, Klitschko's been harder to hit than most of he's most experienced guy I fought. So I'm slowly figuring him out. That's what you got to do, round after round. And in round 5, when I got to him, boom, 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 and he went, I was like, that's it. 5 rounds, no one's effing with me. I'm oh no. Then he gets up and come and battered me for a round. I'm like, what's going on here? So he come back strong, he's determined, and it weren't in the plan, but I had to adjust. I definitely had to adjust. So credit to him, because you know, when your technique or what you have planned goes out the window, it's all about determination. And I realised that as much as he wanted the belts and that win, like, scrap that, what else do you have? And it was just his will and determination, and he definitely brought that to the ring.
Well, the 5th round you put him down, they went crazy out the seats. The 6th round you got put down. That's where it was like a morgue. Everyone thought, oh no, is that it?
Yeah, so like, the corner had poured water on the floor, so I'm dancing, boom. Klitschko shot slipped off me, I slipped in the sink. And I'm like, and the referee started counting. No, I'm joking. So I didn't even see the shot. Bang! The sweetest right hand. And I was like, wow, that wasn't supposed to happen. And I opened my eyes and I was on the floor. And I was like, you know, get up as you do. What are you going to do? You can say to yourself, you know what? Giving it my best, I'm going to stay down, or you get up.
With a lot of fighters, with a lot of fighters, no matter how much they shout, no matter how much they ball in most sports, we all have that instinct, fight or flight. And when you got put down, that you couldn't even pretend that reaction. The reaction, your instinctive reaction was, your face said it all. You went down, thought, all right. Let's do this again, step back up again, step back into the fight again. Where most fighters bottle it.
You can, if it's a tough fight, and the guy who you're fighting overcomes you physically, do you know what I mean? So that punch was enough power behind it to physically make me go to the ground. What you have left is your mind. So your mind, you start, naturally 1,000 things run through your head, and that's what happened. Is like, but naturally I got up, I just cracked on, I thought, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I'm up on my feet, and I thought. So then I started saying, all right, now this is about a technical game, because physically I had to catch my second wind, because I used so much energy trying to get to him in the first half of the fight, because I thought I could take him out. So now it was. I said, you know what? I'm going to outmaneuver this guy. I was tired, there's no physically, and for sure, stamina is what I'm going to take away from that fight. That's something I need to improve, and that's why I'm back in the gym now. You know, even though I won, I'm looking at all my mistakes. I'm not here patting myself on the back, you know what I mean? So that's the determination. So you go up, and I just thought 7, 8, 9. I'm going to be clever now, because as I said, when you hurt someone, you have that killer instinct, you know what I mean? When it's like you smell blood, and that's like a fighter. Even though it's a sport, boxing is taught you from like the amateurs, it's like kill or be killed, you know where I'm coming from. So I knew when he saw me hurt, he wanted to take my head off. So it was my job to kind of evade punches, and I thought, alright, cool, I'm getting it back. You know when you start getting this second wind? And I would rather not fight Klitschko at 50%. So I could have been training with him in them 6, 7, 8 rounds at 50%. But I thought that would be silly from someone so experienced. So I thought, I'll keep at 50 as he's at 80. And as I was watching him fade, evading punches, I was building. And I thought, I just need another round, another minute or two. And I kept on feeling it every time I went back to the corner. And that's why I go back to my corner team. I love them with my heart. And as I said, I pay them back by winning, because they put so much effort and emotion into getting me through.
You had to show a lot of the technique to get through that rough patch, to get through that, because people like myself thought if he gets past 6 rounds, I can't see you out boxing, Klitschko.
Yeah.
So did you surprise yourself, or is that something you're doing in the gym anyway?
Yeah, I think as you said early on, I thought I could take him out early on, and that was my mindset. So when I took him out early on and dropped him, I thought, that's it. I knew I could do it, and that's why I roared. So when it went to the later rounds, it was like, I ain't been here before. But in the gym, look, we spar 15 rounds. I could spar whatever rounds, there's no problem. But you can't compare what you do in the gym to what I do on fight night. I'd never been there on fight night, so it was new territory. But I think, look, physically, if you look at someone physically and think, that guy he looks like a machine, he trains like a machine, he lives that way, but if his mind ain't right, and I think that's what got me through is my mind, you know what I mean? My mind was in the right place. And physically I was tired, and I'd never been there before, but I knew, you know, mentally that I could navigate my way, and that's where like the sweet science of boxing comes into play.
That's what he kept talking about in the press conference before the fight. He said, remember, there's a sweet science of boxing. So as far as he was concerned, and even Jonathan Banks, his cornerman, said you could hear him in the corner around the 7th or 8th round. He can't outbox you, you're a better boxer than him. That's what they had in their head. You know, sweet science. You guys you're exchanging words. I think it was at round 8 or round 9. What were you saying to each other in the ring?
So that's what I said. Now, let's say for instance, let's go back to the percentage. So I'm now getting to like 65%, 70%, 80%. And I'm like, so I start chatting a load of nonsense. Looking back, I was thinking, what was I doing? But you're in that fight, I stick my tongue out, I was roaring in the ring, I'm talking, and I said to Klitschko, you can see it, because weirdly, like the camera's facing my face, you can see me talking to him. And like, one stage, I think it was in the 10th round, and there's a swear word in it, so I'll block it out, but I'll just, because I can see little Zach there, and everyone, and the kids in there.
Cover the rears, cover the rears. It's got to be a bit blue.
So I just like, I just said to him, I said, if you let me get through this round, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. And you can see it. When you know I've said it, you can actually see me. You can lip read it.
Did you reply?
Yeah, he said, you nodded like, kind of like that convinced nod that I'm going to knock you the fuck out. And I thought, fuck. So I started running away from him, trying to avoid punches. So you got to be, this is where the sweet science comes in. But I got away. You know what I mean? I was kind of boom, boom. He's trying to punch hard, but I thought, nah, I'm all good. Training with him a little bit, and then the next round, I knew. Back to the corner, bit of water and that. It's like holy water. When you get a sip of water in a fight, it's like holy water, and it's just like giving me life again. And I knew, I told him, and I don't chat nonsense. I said, if you let me get through, I'm going to knock you out. And it's just a fight thing. It's not like boxing's a bit weird. It's not like, when you're in a fight, it's a bit different. You know what I mean? I don't fight like, I fight because I'm passionate about boxing. I don't fight. It's not really a career. To say I want to be a fighter as a career is a bit weird. So when I'm talking, I'm only talking from a passionate place. So I just said I'm going to knock you out, because that's what we do. And I knew I could get to him, so I started pressing him a bit. And I realised that at the start of every round, he was looking for a shot 1-2. So at the start of the 11th, the first thing I did, I come out and went ba-bam. And that kind of set up the downfall for Klitschko and my victory in the end of the 11th round.
Were you surprised? Because I've never seen you hit anybody. In your 18 fights previous to this, I'd never seen you hit anybody so hard. Not even Dylan. Not even Dylan. You hit Dylan, you picked him off the floor and slammed down on the floor. You picked him off the floor and slammed him down. Were you surprised how tough, how hard, how tough Klitschko was?
That's what I mean. The only thing that I think people are thinking is Klitschko's age. That's the only thing that was like, he's an old man. You didn't really hear anything about his technique and his desire. It was his age, but it showed. He had rolled back those years, man. He weren't staying down. Every time he got up, I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? That's why I whoop him again. Bam, bam, bam. Stay down. And I swear to you, on my life, I would have laid 100 more punches on his jaw and body in that 11th round to get him out. So that's why when the ref jumped in, I don't even like it when the ref jumps in. I would prefer it to be stopped where either I'm on the floor or he's on the floor. But it was one of those fights where I was willing to keep on going, and in that round he was willing to keep on getting up, because his determination it speaks volumes. The guy's been reigning the champ for 10 years, so everything he's about showed in that fight. Do you know what I mean? So big respect to this guy.
As a referee got in between you and stopped the fight, and to me, it's like, I don't know, it was like a dog pissing on his tree, as if to say, listen, that's done, that's me, you've done now. Because it was, to me, it was just, it was good, it was a good mark. What was in your mind at that point?
I think, you know what it is? Like, it might have been boring for some guys who like the aggressive side of the press conference and the build-up, so we didn't really provide that. But the stage was set for the fight it provided, so I think, like, and it showed. Listen, I don't hate Klitschko, but before I fought him, I have the utmost respect for him because of everything he's achieved, and he's a great role model for sports. So there's that side of it. So when I got to him in the end and the rest stopped and I smiled at him, it was kind of probably just that thing where it's like, it's nothing personal, it's just business. So it was one of those smiles where, like, you know, I wouldn't mind, yeah, like, I'll kill you, and when we see each other in heaven, I'll shake your hand. And that's just it, it's nothing personal, it's just business, do you know what I mean? This is the fight game, so. He would do the same thing to me. That's what you got to remember. He would do the exact same thing to me if he could. So we shake each other's hand after, we give each other the utmost respect, but until that fight is broken up and the ref comes in between and rips us apart, it's the last man standing. And when I was the last man standing, I gave him that smile of, as I said, it's nothing personal, it's just business.
So after the fight, it took a couple of hours for him to get out the stadium. The last people left with you and your boys in the ring, still taking pictures. 2 hours after the fight had done, did you not want to go home?
Nah. That's my only time to enjoy it. That's when I took in. That's when it was like, this was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So, and you know what it is? There's people. I go around the ring. I take pictures. There's young like kids and that are running up to the ring. I get them in the ring. So it's like, as I said, it's like it's not a career. This is just passion. So what I enjoy is what I want other people to enjoy. That's how I kind of get my buzz. So everyone that's come out, if I could get everyone in that ring and do like one memorable picture with everyone that's come to Wembley, I would. Yeah, we got one. We actually got one. We got loads of people in the ring. The whole ring we covered, and that's never before, but we had to fight you guys, the security, but then you got a job to do, but to let people in the ring so we can get it. If you look on my Instagram, we've got a massive team photo, and that's just what it's about, and that's why I stay on.
What's it feel like when you see, you've got the iconic picture now that they've set up, I think they've handed out to a few people, and they're making the comparisons of the shot that you created over Vladimir, as what Ali did over Sonny Liston. How do you feel when they make that comparison? Proud?
Of course, listen, if this was anyone's son in this room and they fought a fight and you'll be proud. Do you know what I mean? It's silly to say they wouldn't be. So, of course I'm proud, but Ali's a legend, he's a god in his own right, do you know what I mean? So, there's that side, I'm definitely proud, and I would accept that with both arms like anyone else would, but I'm nothing like Ali, he's in his own craft, you know.
Or maybe that's what he thought when he was at that stage of his career.
That's true. Maybe like we're the new school, like the Bruce Lees, the Muhammad Ali who passed away.
Jackie Chan's, we're talking old school.
Yeah, so like the guys who maybe you guys looked up to, and now moved on, so like the people, the younger generation are now looking at like the Kell Brooks, do you know what I mean, the other guys in the division as the new icons and stuff, so probably that's where the old meets the new, and it's the whole new generation are now going to follow boxing till the end. That's probably where that type of connection comes from.
So people from all over the world watched it, American TV, Showtime, HBO, they sent 50 strong crew of each team out. There was not one American involved. This is how big this fight was around the world, shown in almost every country. now the prize, you know, the big fight is you. And before it was Mike Tyson, you want a pension, you want a big fight, you fight Mike Tyson. Now it's you. They were all like sharks swimming around a yacht, you know. Deontay Wilder was, you know, they all rocked up watching.
These boys have all been pro for about 9 years anyway, so I don't know what they've been messing around for. Like, it's like, that's what annoys me. Yeah. They've been pro for, what are they doing? You gotta fight, you gotta fight, you gotta fight, you gotta step up, you gotta fight. And as I said, for me, it's never a matter of if I fight. 110% I will fight. Any one of them. There's no issue. And as I've always said before, all you can do is your best. It's just a matter of when. So, as I said, 3.5 years, I'll fight Wilder on my next fight if I could. I'll fight. Do you know what I mean? It's no problem.
Tyson Fury?
On my next fight if I could. Who else?
Joseph Parker,
On my next fight if I could. So there's no issue. So like, look at it, they've been pro since 2009, and it's taken so many years for them to fight. That's why, like, for me, it is all hype and stuff, but listen, this is the fight game, man. I just do what I want to do. I'm not comparing myself to anyone, because at 3.5 years, 4 years in the pro game, I wonder who they will fight. That's why when all they talk crap and I'm like, listen, leave it at the door, because we got to face each other in the ring soon, of course. So, you know what it is? You know, you have to be consistent. That's one of the main things, is consistency. And I'm not saying like all, like my own little corner of achievements is not just about the ring. I'm trying to conduct myself properly outside the ring as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what's important to me, though. It's about consistency. So Tyson, I think, I wish he was consistent, because we would see these big fights that give you that type of respect time and time again. I would fight Tyson in my next fight. I would have fought, if it weren't for Klitschko, I would have fought Tyson if he wanted to. So listen, when he's ready, we won't be going anywhere. So a lot of fights, you know, if you know boxing, a lot of fights happen because a fighter says, I want 95% and you're getting 5%, or there's no rematch, you know, in negotiations.
Do you think that might be the issue now for you?
Never with me. That's why all these fights happen. All my fights, we negotiate fair, because at the end of the day, without no negotiation, the fight don't happen, and we want the fight as well. So no issue. If Fury, hey, it's not about anything else except for just getting it on and having a fair fight.
You seem to be the motivation behind Tyson Fury's. He's all of a sudden he's out of hiding, he's training again, he wants to fight. You're the guy he's talking about.
Well, give him time, give him time. When I was in Dubai over Christmas, I was overweight as well. You know, when I was eating chips and lamb chops, I was there as well. Nah, give him time, he'll be back. And the thing is, when he's back, it's a fight. He's an asset to the boxing division, do you know what I mean? He's an asset in his own right. So, sometimes people don't like each other, so I'm not giving him a payday, I'm not giving him his pension, but put that aside, and the fight has to happen.
There's no personal issue between you and Tyson?
It's just business.
There was a rematch clause between you and Vladimir. Is that still in play? What's Vladimir's thoughts on it?
He's got 2.5 more weeks.
To make his mind up?
Yeah, 2.5 more weeks. Because you didn't want it indefinite. Do you know what I mean? You didn't want it like to be the whole year. You want to know where you're at and what you're going to do. So I'm sure he's got 2.5 more weeks.
What do you think of it?
If I was Vladimir, I would fight again. You know, the type of fight it was, he probably thinks he can beat me. And as I said, we got nothing to lose. He went out, even, one thing I've realised, I think when people fight me now, like, if they put up a good performance, even if they lose, they still walk out a winner. Do you know what I mean? So I think with him, he still walked out a winner. So when he comes back to fight, he's got everything to gain again, and there's belts on the line, there's pride on the line. So I think if I was in his position, I'd fight again, but I'm not Vladimir. and I don't know what he wants to do. Do you know where I'm coming from? But if I was speaking to Vladimir, I'd say, mate, that was a phenomenal performance. You've done very well, and you didn't win. Leave on a high, and let the other guys do what they're doing.
In my head, I'm thinking in 2.5 weeks, that's when Vladimir says he retires, because at 41 years old, he's lost his last 2 fights. To lose in the fashion he did against you, he doesn't need the money. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. So in reality, if this happened again, you know, if his heart...
I learned a lot from that fight.
Yeah, that was the next question. How much do you think you learned from that fight in comparison to the 18 fights before that?
I watch boxing completely different now. You know, that fight was just unbelievable for me. So just everything wrapped up into one, and I'll do it a lot better if we fight again. So yeah, I could say that. So next fight, whoever it is, I'll be a different fighter, because it's just evolution. You go through certain transitions to evolve in it.
So has anything changed, or have you noticed a change in listen, you were a star before the fight. Have you noticed a change in your attitude, in the attitude of others towards you since this fight? Has anything changed, or as far as you're concerned, you're still that same mindset, the same folks around you?
Yeah, definitely. It sounds boring, but it is. I don't know, training in between fights. I start training. I never train in between fights. And I start training, I'm hungry, that's it. That stay hungry, hashtag stay hungry nonsense that you see everywhere is real. I try and live it though, like, I'm just, listen, British boxing is booming, and I think British fighters aren't taking it for a game. We want to represent, so we got to take it very serious. So I'm very serious about it.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning.
Why did I box? Where is he? My cousin. When I moved, I got banned. I lived in a borough, and then I got banned by the police and they said, "Don't come back, bloody." So I had to move to London. So when I moved to London, I was chilling with my cousin, and then he was boxing at the time. And then, so when he was boxing, I looked at him and I thought, I said, I could do this. I've been doing this. Like. And then I started sparring and I get my head punched in, and I was thinking, nah, these guys are disrespecting me. My mindset was a lot different back then, so I started training and I was watching Mike Tyson. I'm like 6'6", a skinny twig, and like I'm trying to fight like Tyson, and I was getting my head punched in, so I kept on training. And boxing's old school, like you go in the gym and you think, oh, I've been out clubbing on the weekend, I need to sweat this alcohol out. And then my coach is like, Josh, get your head guard and mouth guard, you're sparring, son. And I'll be like, shit, like, so the fact that I used to get battered in the gym and I wanted to prove myself right, that I was better than that, and the fact that my coaches and stuff they didn't give me a second too slack, because every time I stepped in the gym, it was the only, like that interview Tyson did. I was just training one day, Tyson Fury walks in, when I had about a fight or two then, and he's like, Josh, get your head guard and mouth guard, son, you're sparring Tyson Fury. And I looked at this guy, he's about 7'10", and I thought, how am I gonna, I don't even know how to box. So I was like, every day, you had to be ready. So I started coming into the gym. Well, actually, when I left the gym, I was getting ready for my next session. Even if my next session was next week, I was living every day, getting ready for my next session. So I started living the life of a boxer from early on, and that's how I continue boxing. Yeah, that's it.
You and Tyson Fury sparred, like you said before, when you were just a raw novice. Do you think he's been gassed, he's been fooled by what happened way back then, to think that he could beat you now?
Nah. I don't know. Could he beat me? We'll find out if we fight. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to fight. So we can all the talk get settled in the ring. That's why I want to fight. So I don't think it was a good spar. He hit me with some big shots. I hit him with a couple shots, and then yeah, he saw the talent, and now he hates me because we're rivals now. So I say, no problem. hate me or love me, but you have to respect me because I'm a fighter, you're a fighter, we have to square it off in the ring. And that's the day, one of the days I'm waiting for. So I think for me, my Dylan White fight, I really enjoyed. My Klitschko fight, I enjoyed. And I think my Tyson Fury fight, I'll enjoy. Because these are fights that I'll scrap the technique of boxing and I'll turn it into a war. And I'll try and I'll push down.
Well, the whisper is Dylan White might be fighting Jody Parker for the WBO. Is that a fight you relish, a rematch with Dylan White?
No, do you know what I always say with boxing? Believe it or not, right? We work together. You guys listen. You guys tell me who you want me to fight. You listen, Sky listen, I listen. If that's a fight that people want to see me against Dylan White, I promise you, we're not hard to work with, we're not running away, the fight will happen. Dylan White fight Joseph Parker, and we can, what's it now? If I'm unified champion, if I fight Dylan for another belt, what is that?
You're the ultimate unified, you're the super champion.
So if that's the stuff people want to see, me and Dylan will 100% fight, because we'll come to a big deal, and we'll get it on. No problem. No problem.
Round of applause for Duchenne.